are you?
Doing well. How are you?
What is going on, family?
I am blessed and highly favored.
Girl, always and all day, yes.
And we definitely have some foolishness. We've actually tried to keep this almost like a what in the Caucasity kind of show, thrown in with a bit of, our mess. But it's going to be very interesting to talk about what's going on with the Caucasoids, as I like to call them. But before we get into the foolishness on the internet, we are going to go ahead and introduce ourselves in alphabetical order.
Yes. Hello, family. Welcome to Not Your Typical Girl Talk, where we are just here trying to make sense of the foolishness on these crazy innanets. My name is Garcia. Happy to be here. Happy to let you all know you can catch the replay of our show Saturdays, 7 p.m. on internet radio through Radio Region syndicated through iHeart Radio. So check us out there. Tell me what is going on, girl.
Ooh, as usual, girl, there's too much going on, and that's a severe problem. But not for our show. It's a great thing. Hey, everyone, it's your girl, Telly. I am so happy to be here with the Not Your Typical Girl Talk crew. So much foolishness, very little time. I'm not going to take up any more time. Sheba, girl, tell them who you is, sis.
My name is Toshiba. They call me Sheba. I'm the final female member, and my partner in crime and in life is going to introduce himself.
Robbie, 3 times. What's going on, everybody? And let's do it.
Let's do it indeed. So, you go to a restaurant, and we won't call it a restaurant. You go to a popular fast food chain. You've been to this popular fast food chain before, and so you know what their items are supposed to taste like and smell like. Well, apparently this young lady who went to a popular fast food chain lost her crap in a segment we're just calling Yuck. This is what happened. Subway employee allegedly puts feces on customer's sandwich. And let me read a little bit more about what happened. A Michigan woman said she's mortified after eating a Subway sandwich that contained feces. TikToker Kelsey Coyne said she purchased a sandwich from a Subway sandwich earlier this week in West Lansing. In the video, she explained that the sandwich smelled like sewage after she took a small bite. When she came home, she ate the sandwich again and spit it back out. I smelled the same exact shit and looked in the papers. I looked between the 2 papers in between the wrappers on the sandwich, and it's shit, feces. I'm not sure if it's a dog or a human, but the police took a swab of it. Public health is working on trying to figure it out.
Yo, there's so much to unpack here that is almost tripping. She says, and these are her words, she doesn't have a publicist or someone's making this up. She said it smelled like sewage, and she still bit into it. So what does she want? A pity party? What in the Caucasity for real?
Yeah, and this is my thing. I don't know.
Come
Maybe it's
on
because
now.
I'm very sensitive with the nose. But if something doesn't smell good, even if it's plain rice, I'm not eating it if it doesn't smell right. If it's plain rice with nothing on it and I can see it and it looks okay, if I smell it and I'm like, no, this ain't good, I'm throwing it out.
Why did she continue to eat it?
Well, like one of our commenters, Coffee and Candle, said, really, she needed confirmation? Girl.
Thank you, Coffee.
You took 2
Thank
bites. I can understand the first one and going, what the heck?
Right, this is nasty. Right, and throw it out.
But the smell.
The smell alone
into
should
it.
have told you something
I'm not
right.
biting it. I'm not biting into
Yeah,
it.
I don't.
Mortified. I'm just like, why are you going to Subway?
Robert.
There's also that. Why?
I hope it's a light Subway.
Jersey Mike's. Freaking, there's like 100 Sprouts. Whole Foods.
I mean, granted, I have not been to Subway in years.
I don't eat Subway,
because
yo.
remember,
Better than
Subway.
Subway.
Yeah, lately Subway's been getting a bad name, as you know, when they check out the tuna and the chicken.
It's not real.
They're saying that this is actually not tuna.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
So then it's like, what are you
So
eating?
what are they serving?
I couldn't tell you the last time I had Subway.
Yeah, stopped eating there.
Years
Probably the last time I ate there
ago.
was back in the day, Sheba, when we were working corporate.
That's true. So that was
Like years
10
ago.
years ago, girl.
Yeah.
Years ago.
No,
I haven't had
listen.
Subway. I got sick there once. Never ate there again.
Here is my
Years ago.
question. Do people no longer have shame? Why is that something that you're sharing on Beyonce and Blue Ivy internet?
Girl, I have no
Why
idea
is
what's
that
going
being
on.
shared? Like, I
Yeah,
would
that's
not
why I don't even
go on the
No.
internet and tell people that I basically been into shit.
No.
I'd be embarrassed.
Why?
I'm not telling anyone anything and keeping it to myself. It's going to the grave.
Nobody
Nobody needs to
and the
know.
police officers and public health. That's it. That's as
Right.
far as it travels.
Right.
And then maybe if I sue them and get some compensation, then that's one thing. But just to go on Tickety Talk to tell people, oh my God, I ate a shit sandwich.
This whole story just does not sound right to me. Just so much is, this just doesn't, it
So much
seems
is
like
wrong.
there's just like, this doesn't even seem like a real thing or being happening in a real place.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, Rob. I mean,
That's
people will
true.
do anything for these follows.
People are
as we know.
desperate. They're willing to do anything for 15 seconds of fame.
And exactly like Coffee and Candle says, and she did it twice. Uno,
Twice.
dos,
Into the
uno,
sandwich.
1, 2. Whatever other language is in
She
the
bit into the doo-doo
Twice.
sandwich twice.
It smelled like doodle and she still bit into it. Not once, but twice.
Like,
Make it make
oh,
sense, Jesus. Make it make
she,
sense.
She must be the one woman in the world where her shit really doesn't stink. And so
Okay, yeah.
she did not recognize what
I'm
that
on
smelled.
fire. What? I know you did that. Just
Okay, thank
don't
you.
think.
Okay, because how did you not? Anyways, listen. What's your name, Kelsey? Like, you're an idiot. Kelsey, bonafire for you, and bonafire for everything that you stand for. Because the fact that you came on Blue Ivy's internet, Blue Ivy, I'm not even putting Beyonce in it right now. Blue Ivy's internet, and wanted to tell people on Tickety Talk that you bit into a shit sandwich twice. Bonafire.
And there's no way it happens randomly, or what kind of person makes a, like, what type of person gets a reaction like that from a Subway employee? That's what I'm gonna say.
That's true. It might have been somebody has some beef with her. Kelsey's maybe a Tickety Talker that people don't like. Maybe she's
Maybe.
Sorry, don't sit right at all.
I'm saying, Chelsea, they don't like you, Kelsey.
Maybe.
Kelsey. They don't like you, Kelsey girl. So
Kelsey did something to that Subway
Yeah, she
employee.
definitely doesn't have favor.
Mm-mm.
There's something up.
She
they
is not
don't like
having
Kelsey. So girl, good luck with your life because now everybody knows you as the shit sandwich girl. But I digress. Moving on. Okay, because that's what. But we move on. Another point in what in the caucasity. Okay. This I cannot imagine, and let me just say, if anyone ever did what this next white person did, I would find a way to bury them alive. So, as someone who has recently lost somebody that I love, this really for me pissed me off. But this person really thought that maybe it was funny, and in this segment called Why, Sir? Man breaks into ex's home and dumps her child's ashes in the trash.
That's disgusting. That's mortifying. Are you kidding me? What world is this?
So let's find out about this Caucasoid. And this time we're headed to South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
A South Carolina man was arrested earlier this week after he broke into his ex-girlfriend's home and dumped her child's ashes in the garbage. Joseph Aberles broke into the woman's home on September 3rd around 3:30 a.m. Mount Pleasant police said in a statement that his ex-girlfriend was not at home at the time of the incident, adding that he was also caught on video as he entered the home. His ex said Oberlairies broke her flat screen television with a hammer and threw an urn containing her deceased child's ashes in the trash. Additionally, Oberlairies previously showed violent tendencies during their relationship, and she feared that he would kill her if she was home. He reportedly denied breaking into the home, but said he was blackout drunk and does not remember. After police said there was video evidence, he also then texted the victim and asked her not to press charges while police were at the scene.
Oh my goodness.
That's
What?
intelligence right there.
That sounds like inbreeding to me.
That's horrible, man. Give me a break. Seriously, what's going on in this
look at the
planet?
man's face. For those that are
Oh.
watching and can see the visual of the show, look at this man's face.
He's not righted. Mm-mm.
Come on,
Mm-mm.
sir.
Mm-mm. First he says he was blackout drunk. And then when they have footage showing him in the home, then he all of a sudden texts her and says, oh, don't press charges. Sir, you threw the woman's child basically in the garbage.
And that is her child. That is her child.
It's
That
her
is
baby.
and it's her
she
child.
threw it
That
into
might
the
be
garbage.
the only child she ever had or ever has, because the pain of loss of a child, you don't necessarily want to experience it again. Loss in
No.
itself is a lot. So now she's lost her child. She's honoring the child by keeping it at home in an urn. And this man took that urn with the child's ashes and threw it in the trash with dirty garbage. That means he would have opened it, took it, and did one of these.
That's horrific.
He didn't dump the urn in the trash. He took the
He had to
ashes
open it and dump the actual ashes into the trash. Like that's
That's a lot.
I hope my is never that good. I don't ever want Boom Boom that good. I just do not want nothing that good that some man that this is what happens after we break up. I don't want my cooking that good. I don't want my loving that good. I don't want nothing that I do that good that it brings out this type of crazy in someone.
I don't think you were doing anything good with this dude in your life.
that whole part.
That's why you're here, Robbie, 3 times.
That whole part.
All truth.
Like, look at his face screams hide the underage children.
Thank you. Look at him.
He looks crazy.
Look at those eyes.
He's a mess.
They're scaring the inner child within.
Picture, but yeah, no.
Psycho.
But I don't know. In Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, he might be a catch.
He's lucky the police caught him, because what else would he have done? Like, what kind of, listen, I've only been,
She glad she was not home.
clearly, and I've only been drunk once in my life, and I am very proud to say at 42, I've only had it happen once. What kind of drinking can you do to that point? Where
I'd like to know. I'd like to know.
What kind of liquor is this? Because whatever it is, please make sure you keep it away from me. No thanks.
Ray and nephew, girl.
And it's like souped up.
He must have drank
Like
a whole
heap of
bottle of
bottles,
Ray
like
Nancy.
straight.
to get that plastered that he doesn't remember.
That was his excuse. You see, as soon as they said they had video evidence.
He's texting.
All of a sudden he's texting.
Could
Oh,
you
you remember
imagine?
now?
But
He
that's
remembered rather quickly.
so bold. You done threw my child's ashes into the trash. Now you want me to do you a solid. It's like, do me a solid. Don't
Maybe
press charges.
He just broke the TV, but I doubt that lady had any compassion for him. And I'm pretty sure that's a rather significant penalty.
That's a crime. That's a body.
In South Carolina.
That's still a body.
Basically
The ashes are a
vandalized
body.
personal property. He
Mhm.
broke into her house.
Or something along those
And it's
lines.
also a body. Those
Yeah,
ashes were
that's-
someone's
It
child's
was
body.
someone.
Yeah.
Additional
So-
charge for that.
Yeah, it's like he mutilated,
He did.
a body, a human
He did.
life, and he was aggressive. So there's violence. Like, he's gonna be in jail for.
Hopefully a very long time.
He should be.
And he should. Somebody we're gonna put in fashion prison. Jesus, Father. Listen, Robert, I was hoping to surprise Robert with this picture, and then he ended up seeing it on our promo, and that was on me because I had it as the first clip. But apparently Fashion Week brings out some interesting fashion for people. That gentleman who looks like he's headed to Queen Elizabeth's funeral to have tea is Jordan Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson is a current player in the NBA, and that outfit, he made his Auntie Margaret make him so that he could go to fashion. That is a customized, this is what he wore at Fashion Week.
That's what he wore.
That is what he
No,
wore to
I'm
fashion.
saying his Auntie Margaret.
I believe that.
I'm saying Auntie Margaret made that outfit because why, Jordan, why? So here
That's
were
the
some
main
of the
question.
comments.
Why?
Here were some of the questions and some of the comments he said. Some people said, what in the Westbrook?
Yeah.
The next thing was Utah can keep him. They said, I refuse to believe they dress like this willingly. What is this outfit even supposed to be, man? I need to hook Clarkson up with my own tailor, dog. This fit is so wild, bruh. NGL. I don't even know what NGL would mean. You know what NGL means?
No.
Not gonna lie. See, I'm so old. Not gonna lie. Watch Kuzma and Russ top this in the first week of the season.
Done.
Bro, how do people find this drippy? Next, I don't even know what that pattern is. They said the homie needs to dress better, man, and NBA players need to get it together, bro. Laugh out loud. And apparently the trolls did not bother him one bit because apparently this is what he's accustomed to.
Yeah,
he has dressed
he wears
like
skirts
his
often.
girlfriend. They wore matching outfits.
Yeah.
And not her dressing like a guy.
Well, you know, you talking about wanting nothing get us canceled, like speaking gender politics.
But what in the world is this? What is this? Like,
It's a pleated skirt.
Yeah.
It's a
Like,
pleated skirt.
My issue, to be honest, I'm going to be honest here. My issue isn't per se the skirt. Because we have been seeing now for years a lot of men that, you know, and not just men within, you know, the LGBTQ plus community, but men, you know, that would be considered as straight wearing a skirt. However, like we have Serge, who is, you know, former Raptor, and, you know, we all love him. He's a fashionista in his own right. He's worn skirts before, but there's a difference with how he has worn a skirt versus how Jordan here is wearing a skirt. Jordan is full on wearing, like, this is a
it's a dress.
this is a dress. It is cut.
He has boobs.
To his body like he has a chest. It has it has space for hips.
Yeah,
It's
it goes out.
Yeah,
like
it's a pleated skirt.
And
I mean, he added his
and peak tweed like
grandmama's
Chanel.
pearls.
It looks like
And
a Chanel.
he added his grandmama's pearls.
Right, and he's wearing pearls.
He's wearing a pearl.
Yeah, like
he's necklace.
yeah, this is
Oh,
not a
yeah,
man
see.
wearing a kilt or a man wearing, you know, a men's like interpretation of a robe or a skirt. This is this is a woman's
It's
outfit.
a two-piece. It's a bodice and a skirt.
This is a woman's
Oh no.
outfit.
What made him go this wrong?
And it's just like, sir, why?
And then his hair is placked up like a Sunday school girl.
Well, I just say I say no.
You look like he's going to Sunday
I
school.
say no to this look.
You look like he's going to
I
Sunday school.
Any fashion insider would be like, no,
Yo,
sir.
listen, Westbrook is at home right now wishing he could pull this look off. You're going to see Westbrook in this next. I hope this doesn't ruin this man's game like how it ruined Westbrook's game.
Oh.
So we'll see.
Like, I was actually, when I was analyzing the picture, ready to just kind of like, give him a pass, it is what it is. Until he also has his fingernails painted black.
Yes, he does.
Yes! He has his finger painted black like an emo kid.
Type of statement. And I just don't know what the statement is. good luck, Jordan Clarkson. You know what I mean? Like,
guess who I will not be drafting in my fantasy basketball league? I'm sorry, Jordan. I just cannot believe that you're gonna have one hell of a year wearing pleated skirts like your Auntie Margaret made and your grandmama's. So I will not be drafting Jordan Clarkson on my fantasy team. Okay? Maybe I'll regret it, but I doubt it when you're wearing grandmama's pearls and Auntie Margaret's church outfit. Okay, that's Auntie Margaret's church outfit.
He really does look like a member of the royal family.
He does. It's like he's missing the sleeves to his like
a duchess or a princess.
Oh no, Megan on steroids. Oh.
What is happening? And I am all about fashion, but this is next level. And honestly, you know what is all? It's like it's what like why? Like,
right?
What is there pleats?
The pleats, and then there's like little designs.
And it's a box.
Like it's a full-on woman. Like it's not an interpretation of a man's dress or skirt. This is just full on a woman's outfit that he had altered.
And how tall is Jordan Clarkson? Let me just Google
Isn't he like 6'5" or something?
So like this was custom made. Like I just had to double check.
I hope so.
But the problem is custom made for the WNBA players, not for you, sir.
Oh.
Well, they're saying he's 6'4". So no. It's custom made. If Rob shows no. I'm anyways, you know what? Because the next segment is there's a lot happening. So I'm just gonna go directly into Rob, I don't know what you're gonna have to say after this, but let's do 3 minutes with give me a second, 3 minutes with Robbie 3 times because this is too much. Let me just get myself together because I'm so discombobulated from whatever the hell Jordan thought he was doing. But let's go, Robbie, 3 times, girl.
Yeah, see, this is where I'm confused with this story because I actually have a personal philosophy that I use for like, it's kind of counter to the statement of, if you've never tried something, how do you know you don't like it? Well, I've never eaten shit, but I'm pretty sure I wouldn't like it. And I don't understand how this woman managed to pull it off because what was she confused about? Did she order, what's the worst smelling food you can think of? I'm pretty sure they don't offer it at Subway. So I'm just confused. This sounds like some kind of, I would not be surprised if she's like Jussie Smollett and winds up getting arrested. She's the one that winds up getting arrested. If you can arrest her for making a prank or something like this. Defamation. It's clearly defamation. I'm sure Subway is not pleased with this story. They're already struggling with like who they Subway and Arby's are pretty much naked.
Moving on to
oh dear Jesus.
Man. If Chester the molester had a picture, I would imagine it would look like this guy. I'm just saying. And why were you mad at this child's ashes? What did they do to you? Who hurt you, sir? Like, this man is the definition of who hurt you. And what that baby ashes, and it just says her child. So this could have been a teenager that died. This could have been a young child that died. This could have been a full-blown adult that died. But it's irrelevant. It was still a mother that had to bury a child, which is not a natural thing and a very painful thing. So what made him so mad at her that he was like, I'm going to take it out on the dead child? Good riddance, sir. Go straight past. Go. Do not collect $200. Go straight to jail. In prison, because I think he's gonna get the prison sentence.
And Jordan,
and I almost feel like as a guy, I gotta tread lightly on this. Y'all pretty much were roasting him. I'm like, what more can I really say other than? What has Utah done? Like, you managed to do this stuff in LA for years, and you get to Utah, and all of a sudden you, Mr. Matt Gallo, and going crazy. Like, what? I think I know what happened, but I definitely cannot say that.
And where? And so, before we get canceled, because we thought we already were, I'm going to let Garcia talk to the people that.
Yes. One thing we've become very good at is avoiding cancellation. Here at Not Your Typical Girl Talk, we're so conscious of what we say. Yes. Welcome to Not Your Typical Girl Talk. Just resetting the room. You can listen to the replays of this show on internet radio through Radio Regent, syndicated through iHeartRadio, every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So check us out there. We'd love to have you listen to the audio of our conversations. But of course, join us every Wednesday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time here on IG Live. We love when you comment. We love when you join us. Join us every Wednesday, 9:30 Eastern Time. Yeah. And we're moving on with the rest of the foolishness because
Girl. Okay, listen. As an American, I'm going to speak to you. Y'all need to stop making these idiots famous, okay? Stop making stupid people famous because doing so is going to give us a commercial like no other that I'm about to show you. But go ahead, Robbie, 3 times.
This is actually very sinister. Texas has some evil people there because whoever said, you know who would be good to do a spot for us was obviously trying to get black people on the car lot to buy stuff. And they do it. We would watch this commercial a million times.
And I done broke the TV. Can you please put that together? So we are about to show you Andrew Caldwell, otherwise known as Deliverance.
Oh, here we go again.
And he is going to try to sell us a very high-end, not just any automobile, a very high-end automobile. And you ladies will let me know after Andrew's commercial whether or not you'll be running to this car lot. And come through and deliver us, please, Andrew Caldwell.
Oh my God, this is your boy Andrew Caldwell from the home team. You want luxury just like I love luxury? Let me tell you about Jim Butler, Maserati, pre-owned cars. This right here is a Maserati. Oh my gosh. Something that I will drive and something that I am driving. Levante. Let me tell you about this. Let me tell you about this very special car that I love. Look at the red interior. The red interior. But listen, the reason why I love the Maserati because of the, look at this trunk. So much space. There's a lot of space in here. Oh my God, this is your...
He actually, damn it, like what is, he done killed somebody. Actually, my favorite thing is, look, you can put a whole person in here. Like,
did you guys see the red interior though?
Okay.
Did you see the red interior?
Now,
Levante.
this is me, right?
Oh
If let's say I went to the States to buy a car, for those that need context, Telly and I are Canadian, and live in Canada. If I went to the States to buy a car, and this was the pitch, from the moment he said, check out this red interior, I would have been like,
Sorry, guys.
adios, senor.
Goodbye.
And I would be
I hope you're delivering
back. Yeah, I'm going to deliver it to myself back to Canada.
But yo, he's talking about how he loves luxury and nice things. What's he wearing?
Yeah, what's he wearing?
No!
Doggy.
Let me tell you!
What
About
a
some
luxury
of these
outfit.
comments. So one of the comments is talking about what he's wearing, and I quote, Nike should sue him for wearing these sweats in this ad.
Thank like he's in the
He looks like
you
he's gonna
know,
steal it.
yeah, he looks like he's gonna steal the damn car.
And why did they get him?
Another person.
Yeah, who
Another
approved this?
person-
Why?
Listen, these comments are going up. Another person said, "My boy got them Tyler Perry cornrows," and if you've ever watched a Tyler Perry movie, you see the cornrows.
The lace front cornrows.
Not the Tyler Perry cornrows.
Yes, those lace front wigs.
I'm
Listen,
Everybody's talking about the interior. The
Listen,
interior.
listen.
Wow.
The only thing that could have made this spot better was if they would have put Andrew in a red velvet Versace coat. Oh man, look, this is so wrong because I think this is Dallas area, so this is clearly targeted towards black people. Pre-owned Maseratis. Yes. They use Andrew to try to get poor black people because they know that this message is viral.
They said
What red interior?
I mean, it's definitely getting views and getting popular. Like, this place will become popular, but not in the way I think that they want, because ain't nobody gonna go buy these cars. But we're gonna laugh at the commercial.
Whose idea was this to get him?
Why is this the person you would buy a Maserati from? Like he
A
says,
Maserati.
he says 2010 like Kia, right? That's what he says, or a Hyundai Sonata. Nothing about him says, let me buy a Maserati. Like nothing about him says Maserati.
Girl, I wouldn't even buy a
Nothing.
Subway sandwich from
Look, nothing.
Ah.
Nothing.
As I said, wouldn't even buy a Subway sandwich from that man. Like, his t-shirt is too tight.
It's too tight. It's just
Yeah.
mesh up jogging pants. Where's that luxury? Where's the luxury part?
Red Versace.
Is it in the interior? Or the
Yeah,
It's an
right.
interior.
material?
Like rap video women hanging all over him.
I almost, you know what? I'm gonna play it again.
They should let you direct.
Listen, we're good. I just need to because we need to.
Oh my God, this is your boy Andrew Caldwell from the home team. You want luxury just like I love luxury? Let me tell you about Jim Butler, Maserati, pre-owned cars. This right here, this Maserati,
That hair.
oh my gosh. Something that I would drive.
And then, oh my
something I would
gosh, every
drive.
5 seconds.
You can't act.
About this. Let me tell you about this very special car that I love. Look at the red interior. The red interior. But listen,
Look,
reason why I love the Maseratis because of the look at his trunk. So much space. There's a lot of space in here.
look, man, where is Jim Butler pre-owned Maserati?
Let's not.
Yeah.
It's probably in Dallas.
Butler.
Target is sinister. This video is
Pre-owned.
sinister. This is targeting Dallas.
Yeah, for
Brooklyn.
sure.
I'm trying to tell you. I don't know why they think that Andrew Caldwell will resonate with them, but do you know how many people in Texas heard interior and didn't realize he said nothing wrong?
Oh, yes. See, and that's
True.
the deeper problem, I think, that everyone would have, most Americans, especially people in Dallas, would not notice that it is not interior, it's interior. But
Well, Jim Butler actually is in. No, okay. So I put Jim Butler pre-owned, and they got.
Pre-owned Maserati.
Okay.
You gotta put it in Spanish.
Oh, I gotta spell the Maserati.
Yes.
Okay, Jim Butler pre-owned Maserati.
You think that's gonna pop to the top of the Google search
Let's
any
see.
other way?
Jim Butler pre-owned auto group. Okay, Jim Butler auto group. There's an auto group. They have 8 locations, is what it's
Oh.
So let's see. Jim Butler apparently is very famous. So let's see where their locations are. Our location. Let me see. We've got one in Missouri. They're all in Missouri.
Maserati.
Up in Maplewood, Missouri.
Oh, my bad. Texas, Missouri, they are very, very similar. Okay?
Ah.
It's wrong on so many levels, but yes, they will have all kind of characters showing up looking for Maseratis with big trunks and red interiors. Just like this song.
I mean, I commend the man that, you know, they still actually care about this man saying anything.
Listen, he has taken his 15 minutes of fame and stretched it into a very long time. So
Yes.
good on Andrew, because this is what happens when you get the job with no experience.
Yeah. And then look at how it's filmed. Like, he filmed with a cell phone. Why don't they have like a camera crew? Like those other like good cartoon shows.
Levante.
And Levante!
Didn't hear him?
Levante!
It's a social media campaign.
This is a sad social media campaign.
This is horrible. Now,
dear.
Listen, Andrew Caldwell, we will not be coming and buying nothing from you. Not even a 2005 Honda Civic. Okay,
No.
so you can keep that.
Yes, you
Someone
can.
who should have kept themselves together was. Well, this next clip speaks for itself. Robert, I might get the triggering with Robert with this one, because he knows I watch a lot of Fraternity Court, and we're actually talking about an episode that was on Fraternity Court, and we're just going to play it for a moment. So,
You claim you spent 5 years in prison for failing to pay child support for the defendant, Ms. Sears' son, Dylan.
That's right.
Mr. Manser, you are not
Oh, God.
his father.
Oh, man. 5 years in prison.
Do you know? Yes, ma'am. You know who his father is? Yes, I talk to him still. Sir, you.
What? Oh no! Oh my gosh! That man served time for a picnic that wasn't even his.
And this just kind of sticks. This just took a real triggering turn, definitely, because I saw a meme and it wasn't even related to this, but it really contextualized it. It's when a woman can't support her child, the government gives her money. When a man can't support his child,
They send him to
put
prison.
him in prison. But men have it easier. Okay.
could you imagine? And this is why, again, what in the caucasity?
None of it matters. That's what's really jacked
It didn't
up.
matter to her at all, because
None
when
of
the
it
judge
matters.
asked her at the end, she said,
Nope.
yeah,
He
I
has
know who
no
the dad is.
case against the state. He's got to fight to get his name taken off of that birth certificate. He won't get any of his money back. He doesn't, like I said, he doesn't even have a case against the state because the birth certificate that the state produced said he's the father. Man, that's wild. And I'm just, man, like I said, that's why, to me, honestly, sometimes racism don't really make no sense. Because as soon as poor white people realize they got more in common with poor black people than they do with white people, we might actually be able to move the needle in this country. But that's the problem.
5 years for not being able to support a child that wasn't yours. And she had no remorse. And for me, I think, and this is why we've talked about it on our other show about men not signing birth certificates until they are 100% sure that a child is not theirs. But the way this country works, the United States of America, a woman cannot have a man's name on the birth certificate, not have it signed, but the moment she tries to get Section 8 or whatever you guys call it, government assisted, she can name a father. So she can say, Robert Stevenson is the father. And they will look up Robert Stevenson's last known address, and they will send something to Robert Stevenson. If Robert Stevenson does not show up, he can be declared the father in default. And
That's
they will
not
fine him
right.
for child support. So women can just do that. And so most men now they're getting wise to it. And when they actually get the papers, they're like, well, you know what? Give me a DNA test. And the court now has to order a DNA test before anything can happen. But every time, and this is what men need to know, if you are dealing with a woman who's not able to have a child and support it by herself, the moment she goes to the government and asks the government for assistance, you are on the hook. You did not sign birth certificates for women you were just laying down with and not actually in a commitment with, because you get bamboozled. And I watch a lot of paternity court. So this has happened. And again, the US sends people to jail. Canada, you don't go to jail for missing child support. They'll put a lien on your house, they'll cancel your suspend your driver's license, but they're not sending you to jail. Because the reality is they want you working so you can pay. They'll accumulate it, they'll put interest on it. They'll send it, but you're not going to go to jail. So the idea to me that America thinks that the resolution to men paying child support is sending them to jail when they don't pay child support. What are they going to, for the 50 cents a day they're making in prison, that's what they're going to give the child? Because the child support, I'm assuming, is still accumulating while he's working for the 50 cents in prison. And what happens to women? I'm always like, why do women not pay
nothing.
for our bad choices?
Nothing.
For me,
it's not even a crime what she did to him.
right?
No.
When it should very
Should
well.
be.
It's
Oh,
fraud.
It's
Fraud. What she did is basically fraud.
It's not basically, it definitely is fraud. And, like, it's just that, but that's America. We don't, nope. And who do you think that who primarily gets caught up in a system like that anyway?
Oh, black men.
Who's the good? Thank you. I feel, this guy, unfortunately, that's not supposed to happen to him, but it can happen to me, and it's no big deal.
Well, at this point, it can happen to any man who lies down with women he doesn't intend to be with, and the women, again, choose babies. I keep telling people, listen, men choose sex and women choose babies. Yes, it is both of our responsibilities to ensure that you are protected, but the reality is I have never been with a man where when I told him to wear protection, he was like, no, and had sex with me, because that would be called rape, right? And so the moment you say, I expect you to protect yourself, or you took means to protect yourself through birth control or whatever, double protection, you should be good, because it's a very rare chance that you're getting pregnant on birth control and wearing a condom. But when you say no, I'm good, men have to remember they chose sex, but women choose babies. And stop having sex with women who, again, have nothing to lose but will help you lose everything. Because you end up on paternity court, and there are too many women, because I watch this daily now, I'm addicted to paternity court, they laugh about it, they say, oh, well, when it's in like, oh, no, you're the father, and you're supposed to step up and you're supposed to do anything. And when they find out they're not the father, they're like, oh, yeah, I know who the father is.
They play the eeny, meeny, miny, mo. They're like, well, this guy makes more money. He drives a Lexus, so he's the dad.
He's the dad for now, until it falls through. And then she automatically goes to the next father.
Unfortunately,
they should be locked up.
It's a situation now I find where women of all backgrounds and communities are now contributing to this
wave of
this fraud activity of saying men are the fathers of children. And like we said, they know well and well. They know well and they just choose, oh, that one looks like he can pay me $3,000 a month.
Me and my kid. So he's the father.
The kid is no longer, it's me. The money is for me.
It's for them.
Not
it's not
for the child.
So speaking of that, so this was funny, and it wasn't part of our segment, but you guys had sent this in the group chat, and I don't have it completely on the TV, but I'm gonna hopefully play it off my phone, and I'm hoping it plays, because this woman was the definition to me of whatless, and what in the caucasity. Indeed, I am going to play. I had to download Tickety Talk for this, so you must know it's funny. Hold on. Darn it. That's not the one. Where did it go?
Thank you so much, babe.
How do I do Tickety Talk? Because now Tickety Talk is not making me play the clip that I want. How do I get to the clip that you guys sent me?
It was not on WhatsApp?
And here we go. I got it. Watch only. Here we go.
I take care of her kid. So you're a stay-at-home mom? And she's 11? He is 11? He goes to school? He does. So what do you do during the day?
Nothing.
You don't want to work?
No.
So you're just living off of his child support?
I am. And we live with our mother.
And you're proud of that?
Well, we were living with him, and I was a stay-at-home mom. He made the income.
Okay.
But, I mean,
But you can work now, right?
I can, but
So it's no but you can go get a job, right?
I could, but I'm not going to. My rent's free. My food is free. I mean, my mom's not a homeowner. We don't have to pay nothing.
Okay. You know, I'm not going to go there with you today because you can, obviously you're able to work.
I'm able
And
to
you
work.
should work, but again, that has nothing to do with me today. What we're going to do is talk about the modification of these numbers, all right? So your income has increased. It's increased about almost $400. So based on you saying that you receive about $90,000 on the high end, it brings your gross to about $7,500, which your net is $5,465.22. That would bring, well, health insurance. Who covers health insurance?
I do.
And how much is that?
It's $110 a month.
Okay, 110. So what I'm going to do is give you credit actually for the health insurance coverage for the child. So that will slightly bring your child support down. And now yes, slightly. It's still expensive. $1,093 a month is what he would pay in child support.
That's it?
That's it. Well, it would be more if you get a job.
He would pay more if I got a job?
No, it would be more for the child if you got a job.
Your Honor,
What do you do for a living?
I don't work.
$1,093 a month for child support, and she says I'm a stay-at-home mom, even though she's no longer with
Right.
us.
No,
Yeah,
it's
and
all-
even though the child is 11 years old and spends 8 hours or more at school,
And she's living in her mom's house.
living in her mother's home, where her mother has to pay the bills for the house,
Yeah,
and
just
she
her
gets
food.
to sit at home and do nothing.
And watches
eat.
Young and the Restless.
Yes. Doesn't that make sense?
Well,
And she got mad that the husband or the ex-husband isn't going to pay any
more than 1,900 and something.
she feel like we got a raise.
Yes, she got a raise, and that's what happened.
We
We got
got a raise.
Oh, okay.
I.e., he got a raise because she don't obviously work.
Oh, God.
And how sorry a lot of these women are, and how unfortunate it is that the child has got to be raised by a sorry one, because $1,100 is only a month is only a lot of money if all you want to do is get your hair done, get your nails done, and gobble peen. Like, let's be real. That's pretty much all she's doing with her life.
Facts.
And she's not even doing that right, because
We all saw what she looks like.
she would look better.
And it's just, I was a stay-at-home mom, and I'm willing to bet she loved him.
I'm sure she did. Now, speaking of moms who will be getting child support, this one is an interesting one. Because what happens when you have twins and you still have, okay, let me just show you this one, because this one is interesting. If the trigger is triggering for Robert, so I won't even have him read it. This one says, blame it on the Casamigos. Mom births twins with different dads after rendezvous with 2 men in one night. So can you really call them twins when they're by 2 men? But let's see, let's hear what this story has to say.
With the same birthday.
Well, here we go. A new mom in Brazil has given birth to twins with different fathers after having too much fun several months ago. According to the news outlet Globo, the unidentified 19-year-old in Mineiros grew suspicious over the paternity of her twin boys nearing their first birthday. She decided to take a paternity test, initially only suspecting one of the men as being the father of both children. However, the test only came back positive for one of the boys. I remembered that I had sex with another man and called him to take the test, which was positive, the young woman told the outlet. Her attending physician confirmed the incident and said that while extremely rare, the occurrence is possible. The baby shared the mother's genetic material, but they grow in different placentas. This event, often referred to as heteropaternal I'm not even going to pretend to pronounce that word, happens when a second ova released during the menstrual cycle is fertilized by the sperm cell of a different male during a different sexual encounter. This is considered a 1 in a million chance.
Wow, so technically she's like a science project. She's a science project. We would have never known that she didn't hold herself to 2 different men. So, thank you.
Yes. That's gonna be, birthdays are gonna be awkward around there explaining that.
I mean, watch God.
How are you?
Yeah, look what God did.
How are you
God.
twins and you got
So-
different dads?
Dads at the birthday party.
And who are picking you up for Christmas and are
What?
showing
Oh my
up for
God.
graduation.
You're the same age with the same birthday.
That is so trippy. That's
Yeah,
trippy.
Mother.
It's not going to be an easy road for these children as far as the relationship. And even for the fathers already, we see, well, you know, there's going to be issues there.
I have a PSA. Listen. Ladies, PSA for ladies. You want to go out there and be hoes? You want to have your hoe days? City girls up. We in these streets. Hot girl, city girl summer. Don't have babies. Don't have babies, because babies when you don't know who the father is shows what a hoe you are. I'm sorry. Like, that is the biggest trifling mess you can do. You want to be a hoe and city girl it up, just don't get pregnant and don't know who the baby daddy is. Because that is nothing worse than not knowing who your baby father is, because now you got to put all your business out there when you slept with 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 different men all before you had another period. So you didn't even have a period and then another period. You had slept with several men during the same time in your ovulation cycle. Nothing says I am a bigger hoe than that. So listen, have your city girl days if that's what you want, but do not have babies, because babies are an indication that you are a ho. That's my
girl.
I'm done. I have nothing else to say.
I mean,
I fully agree. I feel horrible for the kids.
The kids.
Again, this is a horrible situation for them to be in, but whose fault is it? Well, you're responsible for your own safety. You're responsible for your own actions. So, of course, the mother's responsible.
She is a cause.
It's her fault. She is that cause. Exactly. So this is what you get. And you can't even, again, you're going to 2 men and saying, hey, so yeah, I had twins, but only one of them is yours. And the other one is yours. Is this dude over here.
Imagine that meeting.
Here's my thing, though. I have a feeling, and this is going to sound, she's going to get rewarded for this. Why? Because it's 1 in a million. And she's already in Brazil, which is a whole different world. She's like so she's going to get interviews and books written about her. And so she's actually going to get rewarded for ruining her children's life.
Yeah, because school's going to be real interesting for them.
The father-daughter, the father dances, whatever, the boys, the little babies. With, oh, you got your twins? Where's your dad? Oh, my dad's over there. Oh, my dad's over there.
Awkward.
It's,
Your brother and sister, brother and brother or sister.
And then, exactly, if they say that they're siblings.
They just did the twins part and just, they had a miracle that 2 kids got born on the same day.
By 2 different daddies. It's bad. It's so bad.
Yeah, it's.
They're the ones that are going to have to tell this story through their lives.
This is the setup for drama, so.
Just listen.
I just wondered what would have happened if she had triplets.
Robert. Okay, you know what? So we're going to Robert.
Somebody dodged a bullet.
Robert. So we're going to go to our second, because you've already started. Our second segment. Robbie, 3 minutes with Robbie 3 times. Let's start with our friend, your friend, Andrew Caldwell, and go.
Man, I'm telling you, Andrew, it is comedy repeatedly find more and more and more things to laugh at about this spot. As you girls pointed out earlier, this is clearly shot on his cell phone. So part of me is wondering, did Andrew just go down to the dealership, shoot a commercial, and then sell it to the dealer? Because I can see him being that kind of guy.
Yes, I agree with you, Rob, 1,000%.
And they called him down and said, look, we'll give you this red interior Maserati right here. Sign the rights over to this commercial so we go ahead and put it on the air. And I could totally see that. I don't think Jim Butler commissioned him for this commercial, now that I'm thinking about it. I don't really think they said, you know, we need to do a new spot. Call up Andrew Caldwell. I believe he's doing an amazing job.
Oh my God. Poor man who is not the daddy.
Like, this is where the show, I'm going to try to keep it funny and light, but it ain't much. Look at that man's face. We don't know what he had to go through for them 5 years in prison. He won't never get them back. He won't never get no financial restitution for the. It's not even a crime. That's what's sad about it. You can't even legitimately call it a crime because it's not illegal. She was just being a despicable woman. Like that's and a part of me is like it got overcorrected so much that it's like, you know, like believe all women. Like I think that theory's been shot of holes in that one. Like what? So you're saying only half of humanity can lie? We have women's penitentiaries, right? Anyhow,
Moving on.
they need to start adding some of these paternity fraud women, and maybe it'll stop. And blame it on the Casamigos. Definitely. What was so wild about when you read the story, she said, oh yeah, I forgot.
She forgot.
That's how convenient it is for women to lie. And I'm going to roast a little bit, but just for, you know, I forgot I slept with 2 guys that night. No, you never forgot. You just actually have to face the music of it because so much of the life of a 304 is done and swept up under the rug until they get caught. And she got caught by a 1 in a million biological chance. But them seamen was in there swimming around, bumping into each other like, hey, wait, who are you?
I'm done.
Hey, who are you? Who's you? Wait, how do you say that in Spanish? Because they're Brazilian, right?
Yeah.
They're from Brazil. How do you say that in Spanish? How do you say who's you in Brazilian?
Oh my God. You know what, Mama? I'm done with you. And because I'm done with you, I'm ready for you, Tally. So Tally, just talk to the people again because Robert has...
Girl. Oh, okay. Quinsos.
Quinsos.
That's how you say who's you in Brazil. Thank you.
Oh, it's just us here.
Okay, girl. Well, we're back to being canceled. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us for another episode of Not Your Typical Girl. Oh, gosh. Oh, catch us here every Wednesday at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. We go live. Join us. We love to have you. As you can see, we're trying to make sense of foolishness on the internet. Find us on iHeartRadio. Big shout out to Radio Region for giving us this platform. You can find us on iHeartRadio through Radio Region. All you gotta do is search the name Radio Region on iHeartRadio. Scroll down till you find My Typical Girl Talk, and you can watch all of our award-winning episodes. Woo, we're on Facebook and we have a YouTube channel. Not Your Typical Girl Talk. Oh, this is crazy. We got Queen.
I even forgot to play the music.
We got Robbie.
You're realizing it, I know. That's crazy shit. That's a messed up visual, man.
We're done. My face
gosh, this is the last episode. Thank you so much.
Oh,
We are so done for. No offense to